I'll follow that. I have some color fun. I'm going to share a super little thing that Richard enabled, I think actually last week, but I just wanted to show some examples of what we can do with it. You may notice in our color pickers, we now have a way to do some transparency. So one problem we have with our palettes, we have a lot of things that we need to do there, but one is that like when you're looking at these lovely gradients and you switch yourself over to dark mode, like the light starts to pop and really you want to emphasize the dark. You kind of want it to go from like pink to a dark color. Same with, if you're doing something with stacked bars or something, it kind of like changes the way you want to view it. So go back to lighting so we can see that over here. Switch over here. We now have ability to set some transparency, which can help for some, not all, but some of the situations for light and dark mode. So I've updated these palettes that actually go now to more transparent colors. And so when we switch to dark mode, they just look a little bit sexier. They look a little bit more kind of how you want them to do with the colors, where you can emphasize the high numbers with the bold and that. Same here on some of these stack bars. And you can kind of see some of the transparency. There's some line coming through. And you'll see it. So like if we go look in the workbook, I've got this is like some custom color palette. So like if I go to edit the color, we now have this slider in here. We have a lot of work to do on some of this stuff, but it's just a little bit that can start to help us get towards more interesting palettes, more interesting use cases. We'll be able to add them to like the tables. So if you really want transparent backgrounds on tables and things like that, we'll be able to support some of that stuff.
Also means the SEs are going to start hacking transparent colors into crazy visualizations. You're on mute, Sarah.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to like remember to actually mute myself sometimes. I'm be very interested to see what people do. The editor, like the little transparency thing, I think we have some ideas to like make that a little bit easier. Right now it uses like the RGBA syntax, or not the RGBA, the hex syntax for transparency, which is like figuring out what like 50% is, and hex is people are gonna be like, I have no idea. But so like we have some improvements to make there. And again, like there's tricky things with like tables because then you have to put text on top of stuff. And so when you start changing like the background colors, we're going to need to make text more accessible. But like Jared's got some really clever ideas for us to start like layering in just some nice pieces there. But trying to make some things look a little bit prettier. It's still a lot of work to go do that, but adding some more knobs.